If a man knows your coffee order, your childhood trauma, and your love language, but still can't tell you what you are to him, baby, you're not his girlfriend. You're just a placeholder. And there's a big difference between the two.
Yeah, and I will say this in love, okay? Because I've coached women who gave years to this, years to someone who was always figuring it out or who always wasn't quite ready, who locked it down with someone else 4 months after the breakup. Intentionality is the key, and it turns a spark into a flame. And a man who is serious about you will be intentional. And intentionality is the key. It turns a spark to a flame. So let me tell you about a client of mine, okay? She was absolutely brilliant, clear about what she wanted, and generally one of the most emotionally healthy women that I've ever worked with. And so she spent 3 years in a relationship that had every surface feature of commitment. Nights, vulnerability, I love you, long conversations about the future, but no label, no public declaration, and no actual steps toward anything permanent. And she gave it time. She gave it grace, and she told herself that he just needed more room to grow into it. Then, 4 months after their breakup, he proposed to someone else. Not years later, just 4 months.
Now, that story tells you everything. He wasn't confused. He wasn't scared of commitment. He was committed to his options. And she was the placeholder, holding the spot warm until the right spec showed up. You see, great relationships, they need to be built, not discovered. But building requires both people to be in the building, not one person in the building while the other one is just browsing. Great relationships are built, not discovered. So today, here's what we're covering. The keeping the bed warm strategy and how to recognize it when you see it. The 6-month commitment window and what research actually says, and clear coding. How to state your intention early without losing your class or losing your cool. That last piece is the one that people screenshot. So make sure you stick around for it. How long is too long to wait for commitment? 3 months, 6 months, a year? I want y'all to drop your honest answer in the comments. No judgment. It's a judgment-free zone, baby. We want to hear where you actually stand on this issue.
If you're here because you're tired of showing up fully while someone else is kind of have their 1 foot out, 1 foot in, this channel is for you. So we want you to subscribe because you deserve content that helps you advocate for yourself in love.
You sure do. All right, so the first point is this, the keeping the bed warm strategy. All right, he plans for tonight, not for your future. And that's not uncertainty. That's a decision he has already made. A man who is serious about you integrates you into his real life. That means his family, his closest friends, his actual world. If you have been compartmentalized, you are not his partner. You are simply his convenience. And here's the keeping the bed warm strategy in plain language. He gives you enough, just enough attention, enough affection, enough, like, I care about you, girl. It's enough to keep you from leaving, but not enough investment to actually move things forward, because moving forward isn't his goal. The goal is to maintain access while the search continues.
He plans for the weekend, but never talks about next summer. He introduces you as his friend or find ways to dodge introductions altogether. He's present in private and invisible in public. These are patterns, not accidents.
Yeah, and if this dude ain't integrating you into his future plans, he's not building a future with you. And the sooner you see that clearly, the sooner you can make a decision that protects your time, your heart, and your calling.
So here are 3 direct, compassionate, non-aggressive questions. And I encourage women to actually ask these out loud, face-to-face, and not over text.
Please don't.
Okay, you deserve real answers. And here's the thing. The answer, whatever it is, gives you exactly what you need to know and how to move forward. So question number 1, what are you explicitly looking for in a long-term relationship? Not what do you want from us? That can be deflected. This question invites them to describe their actual vision. Does their answer include things that you want? Is it specific and directional? Or is it vague and safe? And vague is telling. Question number 2, why haven't we introduced each other to our inner circles yet? Integration into real life is one of the clearest signals of real intention. And if you've been exclusive for months and haven't met close friends or family, again, that's a pattern worth naming, not an attack. It's just an honest question. And then question number 3, do you see a path to commitment with me specifically? Yes, this one takes a little bit of courage. And the answer, whether it's a clear yes or no, it's giving you what you need to know. And both outcomes are better than years of just wondering what's going to happen.
So let's talk a little bit more about the 6-month commitment window. 6 months in, and there's still no label, there's no integration, there's no forward movement. I'm not saying to leave, but I am saying to open your eyes. Research says it clearly. If he hasn't made a move in 6 months of consistent dating, it is typically not about timing. It is about selection. He knows what he wants. The question is whether it's you. Does he want you? The research is consistent on this. In most cases, if there has been no clear movement towards commitment within 6 months of intentional, consistent dating, it is not about timing. It is about selection. He has already made his decision. He's just not communicating.
Now, let me be fair really quick. There are legitimate exceptions, trauma histories, complex circumstances, people who are generally building trust slowly.
Mhm.
But even in those situations, there should be consistent forward motion, small, clear, observable signs that this is actually going somewhere.
Yeah, what you're watching for isn't a deadline per se, it's more a pattern. Is this relationship deepening, more honest, more integrated, more commitment over time? Or is it just comfortable, is static? Because static relationships don't just all of a sudden become progressive. What you're seeing at 8 months is what you'll be seeing in 18 months. And assumptions always lead to dysfunction.
Yes, don't assume that he's going to get there. Don't assume silence means a yes.
Mhm.
You have to have the conversation. Now, I want to say something real quick. If you're in this right now and you don't know how to navigate this conversation or how to decide whether to stay or go, this is the work that we actually do, Sean and I, where we work through real questions about intentionality, commitment, knowing your worth, all the things dealing with relationships. So if you're interested, I want you to go to ourcouplegoals.com and the link is in the description because you shouldn't have to figure out this thing alone, right? You need people around you, healthy people around you.
Now, here's the piece that we promised you. The main point, number 3.
The bread and butter.
Okay, clear coding to stop wasting your time because you need to reclaim your time.
Reclaiming my time.
You got to stop being the cool girl because she doesn't get the read. The woman who knows what she wants and says it, she does. Clear coding is stating your intentions early, confidently, and without apology. It is not desperation, it's self-respect. And the right person, they're actually going to be drawn to this self-respect. Clear coding is really simple. You state what your intentions are clearly and early, not with an ultimatum,
Right.
not with a countdown, but with a quiet, grounded confidence of someone who knows exactly what they want and is not willing to hide it to seem more appealing to the other person.
Okay, so here's what it sounds like, okay? I want you to know I'm not looking for something casual. I'm genuinely interested in something that has the potential to go somewhere real. That's it. No pressure, no drama, right? Just honesty.
And this is really important. Here's why this works because the right person would hear it and then lean in. The wrong person, they'll get uncomfortable. And either way, you just saved yourself months of wondering which one you were dealing with.
So the cool girl who has no needs, no timeline, no preferences, she's not more attractive to high quality people. She's less because high quality partners are drawn to self awareness. So
Sure.
stop performing low maintenance to earn something you shouldn't have to earn.
Write it before you recite it. That's what we always say. And know what you want and then say what you want.
Mhm.
Write it before you recite it and then drop that thing.
Say what you mean to say. Okay, so we have something that we want to share with you and understanding your relationship patterns, how your relationship personality shows up in dating, what drives your decisions, where your blind spots are. We want you to start by taking our relationship assessment. You can go to app.ourcouplegoals.com and the link is in the description.
Yeah. So listen, stop waiting for somebody to wake up and choose you. You are worthy of being chosen clearly, publicly, with intentionality. And if somebody can't see that, it is not your assignment to fix that.
Kick them to the curb because divorce is not an option, but
Mhm.
neither is spending years in something that will never go anywhere.
Yeah. You deserve a covenant, not a convenience. And so together we are Sean and Lanette. The link to apply for coaching, for marriage coaching or premarital, the link if you want coaching is in the description. Okay. And we have plenty of videos like this next one somewhere, and you should watch it.